morning, my brother. Good morning. How are you?
We're good. How are you as well?
We're grateful for life. One day at a time.
All right. So, in the course of the presentation yesterday, you were very active on Facebook, indicating a few positions, and I've called you to speak to some of them. So, you're, for example, on record for having said that you had goosebumps all over and watery eyes. Why were you in that state in the course of the delivery of the budget yesterday?
Oh, well, first of all, good morning to you.
Mm.
Am I clear enough?
You're very audible.
Okay, so,
Yes.
so good morning to your listeners and then your producers as well. I must say that, look, you know, there comes a time when you have to treat in such a way that it conveys all the things you feel, the things you probably wished you never had, or you had and was taken away, and then you see it sort of coming back. You know that, and I relate to something. So, after I just started talking about the amount of it you need, I'm now speaking to you after giving the figures. They said, look, I want to be the person to protect you. Not too long ago, somebody who promised to do similar. You know what happened, right? Give us an unidentifiable background. They pocketed our savings, reckless, jacketed the economy, and ran away. Now, if I'm hearing this young whom I've actually studied back very for some time, and I hear and I feel the way he thinks, I see the way he thinks, I see how the target is white, and it doesn't just stop, right? It goes ahead. And it's not pretentious. That's another thing. It does not state, and it just has to either or respond. And this is so yesterday, I was already done out. So like completely asking myself, what exactly are we going to punch holes? It's not so much. It's not that my duty is always punching holes. At least look out for smelters and produce each other back, right? So yesterday, after giving all this explanations against the mountains of like propaganda that our friends in position have actually put out, don't forget this other saying, just for I thought I lost it in terms of meeting this revenue targets. When they reached the budget following day, you see a yawning gap. This was a different video. Frankly, I don't know where to get this traffic, this master discredit to just play light. Anyway, so he said, look, there's going to be a wide gap. And then you look at that thing, it's just a little dip, 0.1%. That's just a little dip in the revenue that's projected, right? And then you ask yourself, they said the guy's not spending. And the guy tells you that, look, he gives you a raft of expenditure by this. And that's argument that, okay, that's not enough. I mean, seriously? Then he goes ahead to say that, look, the things that you did when you were in power, the atrocious economic collapse, which led to all these debts and all of that, I'm managing. I didn't pay ahead. I'm likely to pay ahead before the time is due. Who manages an economy and reduces the debt of the economy within a year by almost 20-25 percentage points? When has it ever happened? And the guy keeps on and sustaining the gains. In the media review, by the way, the media review is the best actually barometer to determine the performance of the previous years, especially the current years. But don't forget, when the budget is read, 2020 budget is read. All the figures from 2025 were still coming in, you understand? So this is the best just to get. And then, yet, when the guy goes ahead and tells you the figures, you say, oh, compared to the original estimate is falling short. But the don't even take a little and then go straight to just like that. And so listen, you ask a very important question. Why did I have goosebumps and then why did I share tears? I mean, look, and I'm answering and I'm saying that look, the fact that this gentleman came to meet the rock, of course she's dedicated, what to ensure that the rock is taken care of, pay the bills, and actually start a sinking fund. Can you imagine? This guy's really is great with a sinking fund. Thanks to his former boss, together. They're creating a sinking fund to 30 billion benefits, which will take care of all the idiot debt that were attracted by these people who claim that they are capitalists, but they're just bandits. You know, so look, and by the way, the other reason why I said I shed it. So I think a few days ago, 2 weeks ago, I went to my this Monday and I could I tried to let me see what it happened. You don't remember how this TV and stuff. Then went through the figure. You know this figure I didn't know being but for that time it's everything was. You would have been worth 3 times the value you have. So really? So we don't know what happened. And so when I hear all these things and I feel the bullshit and I feel that this guy is doing well and is keeping all the foreigners people pay. Basically, you know, we didn't respect what people want. He also needs to respect. I kept hearing the person. Is it really true? 2 days ago, I spoke to that person and I was telling me, okay, there's some money that's been put in already and there's something that's happening. You understand? So, look, my job, that's this gentleman that I believe in him seriously, and I felt that look, he definitely has the marbles, and he's developing, and he's doing it effortlessly. You know, that's the beauty of the whole thing. He's doing it effortlessly. It's not positive, and then he's just delivering. Who said these things can be done right? Who said the economy can be fixed if you have your head screwed properly on? If you are not thinking about organizing taking parties, go and borrow money. Can you please the APP? These guys were telling them that the cocoa farmers whose what prices they say what? The government should go and borrow and pay. Jesus Christ. I mean, and the thing that now they are saying that, if I just start accusing that the economy is LMC economy, is it good? Go that propel that. Yes, of course. Gold is not a contract, is it? Is gold a contract? If
No.
it is being marketed well and it's being used to support the economy, why not? So when gold prices, as we gold prices far right now, you are telling me that I should, how do I call it, the government should be blamed, and then what? The cocoa farmers, when the prices, the government should blame. When the prices go up, well, it is what it is. And I feel it's very, very wrong, you know. I feel it's very, very wrong. So these are the reasons why I said that, look, let us fix this. Let the person who is fixing it be given the attitude credit. And let's let the person fix it. That's exactly what I said. That's why I made this mistake.
Fair enough. Now, in the course of your outing on Facebook, you also indicated that you didn't think any member of the opposition would have the courage to counter anything that Atufosin said. But as you just heard, Apenyo Makin had some kind of a response. And you said he was tired. But you responded.
Yeah, well, you have to do what you have to do. I mean, as an opposition leader, you either motivate your base or you probably let somebody else speak. But frankly, I thought you should have let somebody else speak from the economic side, you know. And by the way, it's as if he was in a trance. So, clearly speaking, that's exactly what you saw. It was all over the place, and I was asking myself, that's my friend. I didn't know what that was doing. I was talking about judges. I said, well, maybe that's his way of responding. The base, but clearly was off.
So for you, Apenyo did not muster a convincing response enough for you.
No, not at all. I suspect I don't think he expected what he came to listen to. I don't think, in fact, I don't think the entire opposition members of parliament expected what was being delivered. They never did. Because in their minds, there's been the previously, Honorable Man who have basically predicted that it was going to be like doom, things have not improved and all of that stuff. So when he just came through it and hearing it, the guy was saying that things are not going well. So look, if you're in opposition, you have to say what you have to say. No matter what you guys do, no matter what you have to say, what you have to say. So for me, I seriously think maybe they should take their time. The other thing I was worried about was my friend with our shop. Initially, he was making some sort of serious remarks, imaginary remarks. As an economist, you always try to say about your right? He says, and then he goes into this thing and says that, even the PCM that the government signed, it's because they were begging the IMF and that they know that they were not going to attain the IMF the target. Can you imagine that you are telling someone who has just taken it out of all this stuff, and is saying that, look, even if I execute the IMF program, I'm going to make sure that I deliver based on the work I've already done, and I make sure that people go to me. I'm going to and make sure that people deliver and ensure that the gains that we have made are protected. You understand? So that at least even if you are in that program, you have a program, and people feel that, look, this guy is not responsible beyond the I'm on the bridge here. Sorry.
And Mr. Cudjoe,
Yes.
I don't know if you're using any aid. I don't know what to. Okay.
Let me,
yeah.
hold on.
Yes.
Let me reason the answer. Okay. Is this better?
Fantastic. Because you're making a point about the PCI,
yes.
the IMF, and the comments that were made by the minority.
Yeah. So what I'll say was that, you see, when Amin says that, the government is because the government knows it's going to be poor in terms of managing the economy, they decided that they will go into a PCI program, and then the PCI program was sort of begged for, And I'm like, really? Who told you government went begging for the PCI? I'm surprised. So if you have decided that you want to extend your discipline, if you want somebody else to monitor what you do for nothing, because you're not even getting any money for it, why would anybody be thinking that it's because the government is going to be lazy and not able to achieve its target, and that's the reason why it has to that's the reason why the government is going for a PCI program. Completely out of order. I mean, and I felt really, really, really awful and bad, because I said, no, come on, this is not a me, And they kept on repeating a few lies here and there, and it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate,
You've always been a big fan of Afenyo Kings, because I realize you're one of those who thought that his strategy and approach was the best way to handle the workload that was in, because of the numbers he had as against the numbers of the majority. Did yesterday change your belief in any way?
Not quite. At the end of it, it's nothing that listen to radio go. Listen to the internet. Yes. Yeah. So as I was saying, hello.
Yes. We can hear you clearly.
Right. I am on the call. Sit down. Anyway, Charlie, sorry. What I'm trying to say is that, look, Afenyo Markin's reactions, I don't think we all expected it didn't we? But I'm just saying that yesterday I thought he was dazed, because I don't think he expected the things he heard, right? But this vintage Afenyo Markin, I mean, I don't really have to take anything away from him. It's been reacting that way. And notice one thing about Akoyu. When he doesn't seem to be comfortable with the subject, he shouts. so, so that's the whole thing.
See, that's an
Is it
interesting way to operate.
Hello, go ahead.
is it true you were insulted? You said you were insulted.
It's a live interview. Excuse me, sorry.
You said you were insulted for speaking highly of the finance ministers and much
Yes.
dedication. By
Yes,
who?
I was. Oh yeah, there were a number of insults. Didn't you see them on Facebook? When I posted the first review, there were so many people saying, "Oh, okay, oh, you know the usual insults, you know the political insults." And I said, "Okay, well, fine, but I'm going to continue holding my position, so I don't really care, you know." So that's exactly what happened.
But,
And of course I doubled down as well. So Charlie, it is what it is.
but it's interesting because perhaps people will be taken aback by, and I read the number of posts you made praising the finance minister. You rarely praise people in that manner. So I was surprised that the number of posts you were so impressed.
Sorry, say that again.
I said, even I was surprised at the number of times you posted.
Okay, yeah, right.
Just praising the finance minister. And you rarely praise people for anything.
Of course, you know that. It's not that I don't offer praise. We do. Don't forget that the former finance minister was praised as well when he was doing the right things. But of course, this one is like a version 2.0. Because this guy, and look, don't forget, as I told you, I really did not expect that much from him, even though I know he's good. But he defied all the odds. And I'm saying that the things he's managed to do, that's the way he's stuck to his guns, right? That he's not going to move beyond certain points, all this commitment authorization, all these things that have to be done in order for people to unlock money. Who does that? You know, come on, in this economy, you could have just said, look, I'm just going to go behave like the other people. But he's not. Look at the number of things he's done when it comes to PFM related issues. There may be checking boxes, but clearly speaking, they are communicating a particular message that look, the time for pledging is over. We want to be as strict as possible. We want to be as frugal as possible, and then make sure that the Ghanaian believes that look, we can manage their money better. That's what it is. It is politics. A bit of it is also legacy, and I think the guy has the two.
The third line, one of your posts says, "What a conclusion! That was very presidential."
Yeah.
You remember that post?
Exactly, I do.
Is it an endorsement of his highly rumored but yet to be confirmed presidential ambition?
Oh dear. You know, when frankly speak, there are all kinds of interpretations. Oh, I didn't even think I was talking about his presidential ambition. But frankly, I've not even heard the guy, right? So this is what happened. The statement he made, don't forget, this was an economic policy statement. The other guy who made the statement 8 years ago, the last 8 years, he ends with what? He starts with a Bible quotation and probably ends with another one. And we're happy. Sometimes we feel like, okay, there he goes again. And then we saw what happened. But this guy ends his speech. Listen to the end part of the speech, the presentation. Listen, the appeal he was making directly to the people. This is like a politician communicating his, should I call it, his pact to the future. His pact to the people for the future. That was presidential. And I don't think people probably realize about that statement. So I urge everybody, go and read the statement again, and then you'll be satisfied.
Okay, so this is the last bit from me on a separate matter altogether. You seem to be a huge critic of the arrest of TikTokers, their prosecution, and maybe the sentencing of one. In fact, we endorse what Dr. Baumia posted on his Facebook page. Why do you have a big issue with that if it's the police insist they are just enforcing the law?
So, you know, it's a bit of a conundrum. For me, to be frank with you, I'm not a fan of all these arrests of patrol. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of all these police arrests and all of that. I frankly, I feel the police is a bit of a zealous. But at the same time, I understand that they want to sanitize the airwaves. But quite frankly, it's becoming unbecoming. I mean, look, to be fair, as I said, I don't want anybody arrested for saying whatever they want to say. But sometimes, obviously, when you listen to some of the things, it's quite really daunting. And but back to your question that you asked about Bamiyan's post. Well, he may be sanctimonious. He may be saying the things he's saying that nobody should be arrested in his name, which is a good thing he did. That is a very good thing he did. Nobody should arrest anyone in my name. He doesn't want that. But then he also says that he's been insulted for the past many, many years. So what's the point? Maybe that's his issue. I don't feel that Bamiyan was actually insulted like the way Mahama was insulted. I think Bamiyan was mocked for the very things he held the NDC, the standards he held the NDC to. Yeah. So, and it didn't work. So it was mocked more than insulted. But of course, in this instance, an NDC person insults him, and then the police picks him up. I don't think that is really, really fair. I think it is wrong. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Franklin Cudjoe, thank you for lending us a bit of your time this morning to share your thoughts on some of the things you said yesterday. Have a lovely day, sir. And say hello to whoever was distracting you on the other side.
Okay, you wouldn't believe it. I'm back here, and the gentleman is just worrying me. Anyway.
Yeah, public personality.
Oh, dear.
All right, so have a lovely day. Thanks for speaking to us.
All the best. Thank you.
All right, that was Franklin Cudjoe there on the line, founding president in IMANI, Ghana. I think we need to make money.